those coupons 1 month remains in PGCBL regular season play. There are only 4 playoff spots available for the 7 teams in the East Division. What does that have to do with this evening's contest? It means that for these 2 teams currently sitting outside the playoffs, this game could have massive implications. Good evening, everyone. Joined alongside by Morgan Spriggs, I'm Killian Heffron. Morgan, both Boonville and Utica sit a half game behind Oneonta and the last playoff spot. How could this intensifying playoff race affect the players mentally tonight?
Killian, these Blue Sox players should be feeling good about themselves following their doubleheader sweep of Saugerties last night. Across 14 innings, no errors were committed, the pitching limited the Stallions to only 1 run, and the bats came alive in clutch moments. This playoff race should only motivate the Blue Sox players to be at their best tonight, just like they were yesterday.
Now, continuing with the standings, after the Blue Sox sweep of Saugerties in yesterday's doubleheader, Amsterdam now sits 5.5 games above the 2 seed. Is it too early to say that the race between everyone else is, for now, 2 or 3 spots instead of the regular 4?
I would say it isn't too early. Amsterdam has shown themselves to be a fantastic club. They've won 11 straight ball games. They're 16-4, so it seems like the top spot in the East is theirs to lose, Killian. But what's important for the Sox is to get into the dance at the end of the regular season any way you can, be in the top 4 of the Eastern Division, because if Utica's in the playoffs the season's end, they have the opportunity to get the last laugh against the Mohawks. So the Blue Sox should focus on stacking wins in the regular season, and that continues by winning tonight.
There's definitely a bit of a rivalry beginning to brew between these two. Some words here and there being spoken regarding one another, and Boonville is a team that Utica has struggled with at home this season, losing both meetings here at Murnane Field. Do you think this could serve as added motivation as these two meet today?
I think the Lumberjacks and the Blue Sox both have really high competitive spirits, and that comes out in the field and gives us some really good ball games. It has helped both teams also vault up the standings as of late. For Utica specifically, any motivation is good, and if Boonville adds a little fuel to the fire, that can't hurt at all.
We've seen Utica's offense be backed up with great defense in the field and on the mound. If you're manager Doug Dillette, how confident are you in your squad coming off this sweep of Saugerties?
I think you're more confident than any time since the 3-1 start in the regular season. The pitching was fantastic. We're going to have John Regas on in the 4th inning to talk about his complete game shutout. The defense committed no errors in the doubleheader yesterday, and the offense has been great all season. So when these elements come together, the Blue Sox can be one of the best teams in the East. So I think for Coach Dillette, you should be very confident.
Finally, Boonville could prove to be a tough out tonight, and they have been the other 2 times they played at Murnane Field this season. Who has your eye as a dangerous contributor on this Boonville offense?
Well, I think Boonville is really a type of team that has a lot of versatile players, and they're really going to be a threat. And so who I'm looking for Boonville would probably be Marcus Smith. He's in the lineup. The last time that he faced the Blue Sox, he hit a home run. So Smith has that power. So starting pitcher Austin Rose needs to be careful to not throw him anything down the middle of the plate, and Smith can ambush it and crush it.
Well, this one is set to start at 6:45. Garrett Albright on the mound for Boonville, his 2nd time at Murnane Field this season, taking on Austin Rhodes from the Blue Sox. This one, first pitch at 6:45. Utica, Boonville coming up next.
Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able and kindly remove your hats as we honor America and the brave men and women who protect this country at home and abroad with the singing of our national anthem. Here to perform tonight, she is a student at the Crane School of Music at SUNY Potsdam, where she is studying music education. She is a recent graduate of Whitesboro High School and participates in various music groups on campus. Please welcome Erin Gaffney. At Holland Patton High School.
Just about time to get started here at Murnane Field. Garrett Albright taking the mound tonight for Boonville, and for Utica, it is Austin Rhodes. Blue Sox, after a two-game sweep in the doubleheader against Socrates yesterday, currently sit at 8-11 on the season, and they sit a half game behind Oneonta, who resides in that final playoff spot. Also there is Boonville, also residing in that last playoff spot. Last time these two met, it was an 8-7 victory for the Lumberjacks here at Murnane Field, and that game saw Garrett Albright, who is also pitching tonight for Boonville, record 5 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 4 runs allowed, 3 of them being earned, and an 18.9 ERA. Austin Rhodes, haven't seen too much of him this season, but Utica putting some trust in him after their strong pitching performances yesterday from players such as John Regas and Wes Maximo.
Exactly right, Killian. Austin Rhodes coming with a 2.7 ERA. He got the win going 5 innings in his last start in the big win over Mohawk Valley. That was the 7-inning game where the Blue Sox put up double-digit runs. So Rhodes trying to get that run support again, and on the mound attempting to follow the great doubleheader pitching performance for the Blue Sox, as they had Peterson and Maximo combined to allow 1 run in Game 1, and then the complete game shutout for John Regas in Game 2.
Well, we will see John Regas later on the broadcast in the 4th inning, coming on up here for a mid-game interview live on broadcast. Be sure to stick around for that as the Blue Sox look to continue their quest for the playoffs. Of just about 1 month remains in the regular season, which started about a month from now, so nearly at the halfway point.
This is the home stretch where the Blue Sox season can either sink or swim, and they want to continue to swim above water and ride that win streak to 3 games with a victory today.
So Rhodes will start things out by facing Kanias Davis, the EH for the Lumberjacks. Boonville looking to start things off on the right track. Davis, the righty hitter, facing the lefty pitcher. As PA announcer Tim Best looks to get the fans hyped up. The opening pitch. Misses low, ball one.
First pitch time, 6:46.
Official first pitch time just 1 minute behind schedule at 6:46 p.m. Blue Sox wearing their home baby blues, Boonville in their road greens. The 1-0, that misses inside, and it's quickly 2-0 to Davis.
Rhodes wants to start the game strong. He does not want to walk the opening batter, looking to find that strike zone early on.
Davis a .280 batting average on a year with 10 games played, and he grounds this first one to short. The throw to first is in time, scooped out of the ground to retire Davis. A little bit of scoop there it is being played over the PA system as the 6-3 ground out starts out the game. And a good job there by Justin Levine, the first baseman, to scoop that one off the floor as Wyatt Lassiter comes up. Lassiter on the year, a .333 average, 39 at-bats, 8 runs, and 13 hits for him. Not with a home run yet on the year, but 5 extra base hits with 4 doubles and 1 triple. Leadoff offering misses high. It's 1-0.
Lassiter is one of those strong batters at the top of the lineup for Boonville that's trying to set the tone to make sure Rhodes does not have a smooth start to the game and a routine first inning. He wants to make some contact and hard contact.
That second offering also missed, and now quickly ahead 2-0 in the count here is Lassiter as Rhodes tries to rein him back in. Big gap in the middle of the infield. Outfield playing at their normal depths. The 2-0. That one's in there for the first call strike of the game. It's 2-1. Blue Sox, a very similar lineup to how they were in their second game yesterday, where they ended up scoring 5 runs against Socrates and didn't allow any defensively and did not commit a single error in that second game.
That's the kind of defense, Killian, that led the Blue Sox to the playoffs last year. They had the best fielding percentage in all of the PGCBL in 2025, and they want to get back to that form in the home stretch of the season in 2026. That was a good start in the doubleheader with that clean D.
The 3-1 from Lassiter is in there, called strike 3-2. And now Lassiter, the right fielder, all of a sudden in a bit of trouble. First full count of the game. Rhodes trying to get the game's first punch out. The payoff. And he called strike 3. Oh, Lassiter thought that one missed. He started taking off towards first base. But the umpire says absolutely not. Called strike 3. And it's our first strikeout of the game, comes in backwards K fashion. So this brings up Argenis Lopez, a.k.a. RJ.
Rhodes is using that fastball to his benefit. That's going to be his main pitch we are going to see him utilize today. If he spots them well on the corners, using the edges to get his strike calls, he could have a great day.
Lopez a .357 average on the year with 10 games played, 28 at-bats, 11 runs, 10 hits, 2 doubles, and a homer. So seemingly lacking a bit of power on the season so far, but what a time this will be here to get things started in that regard. The 1-0. Swung through wildly, and the count moves to 1-1. Blue Sox continuing to play with a bit of a hole in the center of the infield. Outfield playing back at normal depths. The 1-1. Swung on, chopped easily to second, scooped up, the throw to first in time, and that retires the side. So 2 ground outs and the backwards K starting this game off. A 0 from Boonville in the top of the first. Utica, their first opportunities of the game when we come back. We welcome you back. Michael Flashner here to lead off for the Blue Sox, facing Garrett Albright. And Albright, the last time we saw him here, wasn't the greatest performance, an 18.9 ERA from the game alone. Pitched 5 innings and then was pulled from that point on. And so here comes Flashner looking to start things off right for the Blue Sox. Got to watch out for that leadoff bunt. He's done that several times this year, and he likes to kind of take off before he makes contact.
He did that in game 2 of a doubleheader, had a drag bunt for a hit to begin game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday, and the Blue Sox went on to score 3 in that bottom of the first on their way to a 5-0 win.
So Flashner stands in the left-handed hitter's box. The leadoff pitch swung at and right to the pitcher, and an easy first out. 1 pitch, 1 down. Flashner goes down in 1-3 ground out style. Here comes Justin Levine.
Number 6, Justin Levine.
Justin Levine responsible for the game-winning play in game 1 of the doubleheader. He grounded it to shortstop, and then an errant throw to first base, scored the tying and then winning runs in the bottom of the 7th. A clutch play for Levine by putting the ball in play and forcing a throw to first that was wild.
And Levine watches the first pitch in there from Albright for a strike. So Albright, 2 pitches into the game, has a strike and a ground out.
It's a good start to Albright. He wants to have a better start against the Blue Sox than last time, even though Boonville came out with a win.
Levine holds off on the curve, 0-2. And now all of a sudden, Utica in a big hole. And the last time we saw these two meet at Murnane Field, it was the fastest game on the season, under 3 hours. Only time that has happened here at Murnane Field on the year. So we are used to seeing these teams go back and forth with good pitching and quick 1, 2, 3 innings. The 0-2. And Levine holds off of that one outside, 1-2. No hits recorded yet in this game. Levine trying to be the one to make that not the case anymore. He holds off of that one. That also misses, 2-2, and the count's back even. Second playing deep, first playing somewhat deep as well. Short playing maybe a couple steps behind normal position, and third playing in his normal spot. The 2-2 is chopped, fielded cleanly, and the throw to first is in time. Down goes Levine. It was a good job there by the third baseman for Boonville to snag that one up. Marcus Smith there who made the throw. And Marcus Smith, last time we saw him here, he was pretty much a black hole at third base. Couldn't really get anything by him.
He was, and then he committed an error in the 9th that almost opened the door for a Blue Sox win. They scored 2 in the 9th, but weren't able to come away with the win and lost by 1. Bronx Lewis with a robbery on the Bowden Fernsler shot in a right center to end the game.
Yeah, couldn't really hit anything to him. It seemed like wherever he was standing, the ball would just kind of gravitate towards him in a way that allowed him to make a fantastic play. And he hopes to have a similar performance here tonight. Up for the Blue Sox now is Xavier Smith. That one's fouled off. Some cars fly by in the background. It's 1-1. Smith watches that one outside, 2-1. And infield still playing deep here for Boonville, seemingly expecting maybe a bloop single or something of the sort.
The X-Man knows how to give it to you. He's been such a reliable presence in the lineup. He's started every single game for the Blue Sox, 18 games, 18 starts. He's the only Blue Sox player to accomplish that. Several have come close. He's the only one with all 18.
And he really has earned the honor to do that, because he's been solid offensively for the Blue Sox all year and defensively. Made some great plays on both. No reason for Doug Dillette to not put him in. The 2-2. Missed outside. Now the count runs full. Smith trying to keep the inning going.
Chance for the first base runner of the game for both sides, as Rhodes went 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Albright trying to do the same, but he needs to make a good pitch here against a great hitter.
And Smith makes heavy contact with this one, but settling under it in center field and making the catch to retire to side was Bronx Lewis. So both teams go 1-2-3 to start the game, 0-0, no runs, no hits, no errors for either side. We'll be back with the top of the second. Don't go anywhere.
Boonville, third baseman, number 3.
No score following the first inning. No hits, no errors from either team, and no base runners. Both teams went 1-2-3 to start the side. Here's Marcus Smith coming on up to lead off in the top of the second.
Marcus Smith has that power in his bat. Rhodes has to be careful that he makes really good pitches and doesn't hang that fastball right over the heart of the plate.
Smith leads the team with 4 home runs on the season. And you're sure that the Blue Sox looked at the scouting report and said, this is the guy that you have to watch out for, as he's behind quickly 0-1. Pitch from Rhodes, misses outside at 1-1. Blue Sox infield continuing to play with a big gap in the middle, expecting either opposite field grounders or pulled grounders, not really anything towards the pitcher. Both that and they might trust Rhodes to field. Here's a high fly ball out to deep center field. This one's going back. It is gone. A leadoff homer for Marcus Smith, and the Lumberjacks take a 1-0 lead.
Well, on cue mentioned that Smith has that power bat, and he leads off the second inning with a home run.
Now batting center fielder, number 9, Bronx Lewis.
And so here comes Bronx Lewis to follow up the homer. And Boonville with the first hit of the game, and yet we still have no base runners. That one's ground to foul 0-1. Bronx Lewis on the season, a .214 average, 14 at-bats total, 3 runs, 3 hits. As here comes the 0-1. Swung through, and quickly ahead in the count is Rhodes. It's 0-2.
It's up to Rhodes to not let that home run define him and get back into these counts and get ahead of counts, just like he's doing to Lewis. He wants to do that consistently throughout the game, and he's done it well this at-bat.
The 0-2. Swung at and ground a foul. Right to the Boonville bullpen. So we'll do another 0-2 pitch. Bronx Lewis standing in the left-handed batter's box, facing the lefty pitcher. He swings at that one. High pop-up. Moving on in is Levine at first base. He makes the catch to retire Lewis. So the first out of the side. is a pop up to first, bringing up Devon Abaga. And Abaga, 250 average on the year, 6 hits, 4 doubles, and 4 RBI. Abaga looking to reach base here and become the first base runner on the night, as the one hit we saw in this game was Marcus Smith's homer to lead off the side. First pitch misses 1-0. Blue Sox still playing with a big gap in the middle of their infield. That one's chopped to short. Peritano's throw to first to Levine is in time. You got him. The 6-3 ground out on the not well hit ball. It was a pretty slow roller that Peritano had to fire quickly.
Ever since Anthony Peritano has been with the team, he has really held down that shortstop spot very well. One of the best fielders on the team.
So here comes Carson Beatty. Beatty a 143 average on the year. Tied for the lowest on Boonville. First pitch in there for a strike.
So Beatty, one of the players new to the Boonville lineup than the last time that Utica saw the Lumberjacks. So a different element in the starting 10.
He swings through that one for a strike. It's quickly 0-2. Only 7 plate appearances for Beatty on the season coming into tonight. Hoping to prove to his team that he should be out there for more. Here's the 0-2. And Beatty watches that one low for the first ball of the count. It's 1-2. Relatively quick start to this game so far. 1-0 Boonville. Lumberjacks trying to extend things here in the side. That pitch missed, and it counts now even at 2.
And I would say if Rhodes works a 1-2-3 inning after giving up that home run, I would call that a win. You do not want to get overwhelmed by this Boonville lineup, and he's done a very nice job after that Smith home run.
And that one is tipped down, and it's going to clip the catcher there for the Blue Sox, Ian Wirtz. And Wirtz is going to walk this one off. Medical staff walking out the dugout for a second, just checking up, making sure he's okay. Wirtz says he is. We'll do it again. We'll remain at 2-2 off the foul ball.
Yeah, if you're rooting for the Blue Sox, you got to hold your breath for a second, because Ian Wirtz is incredible there at catcher. Not just as a batter, but he's so good at tagging out base runners at home plate. He's done that several times this season. And so he's a key component to the Blue Sox defense. You want to keep him in.
The DH Beatty waits on the 2-2. Missed outside, the count runs full. And the Blue Sox playing infield at mostly normal depth besides the middle, which is stepped back a couple of steps. Outfield skewed slightly off to the right, particularly in the case of center fielder Jack Sweeney, who's a little skewed towards right field. That one's fouled off. We'll do it again. And it's been a very lengthy at-bat now.
You got that right, Killian. Austin Rhodes with the longest test of his game against a pitcher he hasn't faced this year in Beatty.
The 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And so after giving up the homer, Rhodes goes 1-2-3. 1-0 Boonville following 1.5. Don't go anywhere. Blue Sox trail 1-0 after the top of the second with the leadoff home run given up to Marcus Smith. And it's perfect timing for Anthony Paratano to come on up and lead things off here for Utica. Had his home game home run streak snapped in the game 2 of that doubleheader, but doesn't mean he's not capable. He watches the leadoff fastball low 1-0.
Well, Killian Paratano, highest on-base percentage and highest slugging percentage with the Blue Sox, and in only 8 games has one of the best power bats in the entire lineup. That's no small feat. He's a huge part of Doug Dillett's offense.
The 1-0 is way high, ends up going off the backstop, and so no runners on, so nobody gets to advance.
And this is a good count for Paratano, Killian, because Albright's going to be forced to try and throw strikes, so maybe he can make a mistake, throw the wrong kind of pitch down the middle, and Paratano can send one over the wall. He has that capability.
The 2-0. And there for a strike, 2-1. And a bit more of an off-speed offering there at that time from Albright, trying to fool Paratano. And Paratano certainly was fooled, held off of that pitch. Blue Sox still searching for their first hit. The 2-1. Swung on, it's a line drive. On a one hop, can't handle it. Paratano reaches first. Let's see what they scored this as. It was a bit of a difficult play there for that shortstop to make. Zeb swang him, but the error sound effect plays, and an error is charged to Boonville.
The Blue Sox are going to have a great chance to win if they play better defense and commit fewer mistakes than Boonville. And right now, they're leading in that category. No errors for them, and then Boonville committing the first mistake on the infield.
So here comes Jack Sweeney. It's the first base runner of the game. Paratano having the chance to maybe steal a couple bases here. We've seen him do it a little bit this year, not as much as some of the other Blue Sox players.
He has the capability, but he's not known for base stealing. That's not. I think he's more known for that power bat. Somebody like maybe Flashner or Cerrone has that speed ability more at the forefront. But Paratano could certainly steal a base here.
This is the center fielder Jack Sweeney at the plate. He watches that pitch high. It's quickly 2-0. But with nobody down, you don't imagine in this count you might see him try to take off. But these more underlying guys who don't really have the stolen base stats might try to catch him off guard.
That could be a good strategy for the Blue Sox. Make Albright's head spin and take advantage on the base paths.
Albright not even checking up at first base as that pitch misses, and it's quickly 3-0 here to Sweeney.
Well, Albright in the second inning, Killing is starting off these at-bats down 2 balls and then down 3 balls to no strikes. And that's such a huge advantage for a batter because it means that you're forced to throw strikes, and if you're forced to throw strikes, you may not have your best stuff.
Sweeney looks at a call strike 3-1. Infield playing much closer together than they were back in the bottom of the first. You saw them with that big gap in the center. And they're also playing mostly at their normal positions now. Everyone creeps in a couple steps. The 3-1 is chopped, fielded cleanly at third. The throw to second is in time. The throw to first is not made. So the leadoff runner is out of here. Paratano makes his way back to the dugout, but reaching on the fielder's choice is Jack Sweeney.
The catcher, number 61, Ian Wirtz.
So here comes Ian Wirtz. The catcher looking to drive the runner along the base path. Leadoff pitch. And he might have gotten a piece of that one. Regardless, it's strike 1.
I think he did just a little bit. Wirtz spoiling it foul. Attempting to find the kind of pitch that he can mash. Try and tie the game with an extra base hit. That's very likely if he gets 2 or more bases here.
It is a beautiful night here at Murnane Field.
It's pretty hot though, Killian. But it is beautiful, I agree.
Pickoff attempt, a close one, but called safe at first is Sweeney. But you got some clouds up to the north, kind of hovering over that hill. And you got sun all around us to the southeast and west. The thermometer here reading 85, but seems a bit elevated.
I think the humidity ticks up 85, a few degrees at least.
Taking off for a second there was Sweeney. He's in safely, but boy, was it close.
It was. But we just mentioned, Killian, earlier in this inning, utilize some of your players on base that maybe will catch Boonville by surprise that they're stealing, and it just did. That's great coaching for the Blue Sox, knowing when to go, and Sweeney taking advantage.
Wirtz facing the 1-1 count with a runner in scoring position. That pitch is in there for called strike 2. And now you see the second baseman for Boonville, that's Devon Abaga, playing much tighter onto the bag, so they're keeping an eye on Sweeney, making sure he can't take off. And so a brief mound visit here between catcher Oliver Lawrence and pitcher Garrett Albright. Very brief, actually, probably under 5 seconds.
It was pretty quick, I'm sure. Just like one thing to say for Albright to finish this at bat and get the second out. See if that works.
Here's the 1-2 to Wirtz. Runner takes off. Wirtz flies one foul.
Oof.
And Sweeney would have been easily safe there.
Now, I don't know if Sweeney could steal again because that element of surprise of taking third is off the table. Sure, Boonville is more aware that Jack may want to get a second stolen base in a row. Sweeney had that totally stolen if that ball was taken for a pitch or put in play.
So we'll see what he does again. Wirtz facing the 1-2, and now he'll just check up on him at second base. Sweeney didn't look like he was going to make an attempt to go, but still held a lead of 3 or 4 steps. But that last foul ball by Wirtz was hit pretty far, actually. You saw there was a group of kids running out there, and they ran a lot further than I initially estimated that one went. Now, granted, it could have bounced a couple times, but swing and a miss, strike 3, and down goes Wirtz on strikes. So 2 down, bringing up R.J. Tomei, the left fielder. With Sweeney still at second, hoping to not strand their first base runner of the game. Blue Sox still without a hit. A fielder's choice and reaching on an error is what they've had here in the bottom of the second. Sweeney responsible for getting on through the fielder's choice, which caught out Peritano, who reached on an error. That first pitch gets away, and easily pulling into third base is Jack Sweeney. Just was not blocked properly there by the catcher Lawrence.
So Sweeney could make it into third as he tried to steal a couple pitches ago, but he gets there in a wild pitch now. Jack is doing a great job taking advantage of his opportunities on the base paths, and the Blue Sox have a runner 90 feet away from home plate.
Tomei trying to bring that runner home, and Sweeney decreasing that distance to probably about 80 feet with the giant lead he just took on that first pitch. That pitch missed, it's 2-0. Tomei, the left fielder, at the plate. He stares at a strike, it's 2-1. Boonville holding a 1-0 lead off of a solo shot from Marcus Smith. Infield playing deep, 2 down. Anticipating and expecting some kind of ground ball here, it looks like. Or at least hoping for one. That pitch missed. It's now 3-1 to Tomei. Ethan Madison, the EH, would be next. And then Bowden Fernsler and Christian Cerrone. Blue Sox rotating 10 today, as they've done this entire season. The 3-1 to Tomei. He swings at that one. That's driven into left field. Going on back and can't make the catch. It's off the wall. Easily scoring is Sweeney. Tomei pulls in the second, and the Blue Sox tie the game at 1. It got over to left fielder Will Hill's head, and Hill ended up falling to the ground trying to make the catch, so that bought Tomei a little more time, but Tomei wasn't in a hurry, just pulled in the second, no problem, and the Blue Sox tied a game. So here comes Ethan Madison.
So the Blue Sox do a great job in getting a run on the board using Tomei's power to launch that into the deep outfield over the defending Hill. And now here comes Madison in the extra hitter spot. He's usually at catcher, so now he's not anybody on the field and advanced to third now for Tomei.
So Tomei makes it to third there. 1-0. Madison looking to drive in the go-ahead run here at the bottom of the second. Still plenty of game left to play, but the Blue Sox a good sign that they're able to respond quickly after going 1-2-3 at the bottom of the first.
It just feels like the energy of this ball club is really positive right now. They know they got the season in front of them, and they're playing some of their best baseball, and it's showing up in the second inning.
The 1-1 is taken for a ball outside, 2-1.
Already a very long inning for Albright. He only had a 12-pitch first inning. He's already up to 34 pitches in the second. Blue Sox not only want to take the lead here, they want to get to the bullpen of Boonville sooner rather than later and force the Lumberjacks to make decisions with who they put on the mound.
That one is outside, and the count goes to 3-1, and now Albright in danger of walking his first batter on the day.
Interesting when you say walking his first batter, because he's had several three-ball counts, which has led to the run because the Blue Sox have taken advantage and put the balls in play on those pitches with 3 balls in the count.
They don't do it that time. That's the game's first walk. Ethan Madison takes his trot to first base, and this brings up the DH Bowden Fernsler. But like you said, Morgan, Utica was not afraid to swing at those 3-ball pitches.
But they also are doing a really good job at knowing when not to swing. We haven't had a lot of chases at pitches. It's been really good plate discipline so far. And now runners on the corners. Though there's 2 out, a chance for Fernsler to give the Sox the lead with a hit.
Fernsler steps in to face Albright. Outfield playing in their normal spots. Infield playing in at first, but out everywhere else. The leadoff pitch misses 1-0 on the fastball.
Again, Albright is starting these at-bats by throwing first pitch balls and then maybe second pitch or third pitch balls. He's not demanding hitters to hit his stuff. Hitters are now demanding for him to throw strikes. The Blue Sox have control right now.
Fernsler took that one for a strike. Runners at the corners. Utica trying to take the lead. 2 down. Counts as 1-1 on the scoreboard, but I believe it's 1-2. And that one missed 2-1 or 2-2. We'll just go with what the scoreboard says, so we'll say it's 2-1. The pitch. Swung on. And that is strike 2. So an opportunity here for Boonville to get out of the side and a bit of a jam with the runners at first and third. Albright into his ready position. The pitch. Swung on, strike 3. Side retired, but not before the damage is done. The Blue Sox tie the game at 1. 1 hit for both sides, 1 error for Boonville. And we will come back for the top of the third. Don't go anywhere. So Will Hill, the left fielder, walks into the right-handed batter's box to face the lefty pitcher, Rhodes. 1-1 tie here as we enter the third inning. Hill batting 8th in the lineup. Neither team's gone all the way around quite yet. Blue Sox have had some very high-scoring affairs here at Murnane Field this season. So far, this hasn't been one of them, but anything can happen. That pitch misses. Quickly ahead in the count is Hill, 2-0. The lone error in this game belongs to the Lumberjacks. And this one is lined into left field, dropping for a base hit. Hill steps around first and then decides to trot back onto the bag. And so it's a leadoff single. So for the second straight inning, Boonville leads off of a hit. And here comes Zeb Swingham, the shortstop. After him, it's Oliver Lawrence. Swingham on the year, a 175 batting average, 40 at-bats, 7 hits, and 2 homers, but no extra base hits beyond that. As that throw to first on the checkoff gets away, and moving on into second base will be Will Hill. So that'll be the Blue Sox first error on the game as they mess up the pickoff throw. And that's something we've seen them do a few times this season, or they might just take that throw a little too fast and it kind of gets away.
Right.
And the first pitch faced by Swingham is fouled off 0-1. So Boonville gets a runner in the scoring position. The foul ball sound effect from Wii Sports playing.
One of the most iconic ones. I love Wii Baseball.
The 0-1's in there, and now it's 0-2, and an opportunity to quickly retire Swingham. After Swingham, it's Lawrence, and then they're back to the top of the order. We're guaranteed to at least see Lawrence in this inning with nobody down and a runner at second and the batter at the plate. The 0-2 misses outside, count goes to 1-2. Utica outfielders maybe taking a couple steps back. Short playing deep, Everelse playing in their normal position. Second, maybe slightly skewed over in an attempt to keep Hill on the bag. Rhodes takes a look behind them. Gets the call from his catcher. And deals. High fly ball into left field. This one goes back, and it will drop in, and it will go over the wall, a ground rule double. So the run will score. It's a 2-1 game. Boonville takes the lead back, and Zeb Swingham has himself a ground rule double.
Well, Boonville responding to the Blue Sox getting a run in the last half inning. And their offense has really come alive in this third. They're figuring out Rhodes more and more.
So here's the last man up in the order, the catcher Oliver Lawrence. Now 3 hits for Boonville on the game compared to Utica's 1. Each team with an error. Lawrence on the year, batting .500. But only 4 at-bats on the season. That first pitch misses 1-0. And Morgan, it's been a very defensively solid game, though, on both sides. Besides those errors that we just talked about, both teams have made some solid plays in the infield.
They have, definitely. These are 2 defensively sound teams, that's for sure.
Chopped to third. The throw from Smith is in time. Scooped out of the ground by Levine at first. 1 gone. So Lawrence goes 5-3 ground out. And this brings up Kanias Davis and the top of the order.
The extra hitter, number 23, Kanias Davis.
And also the Taco Bell K-Man.
Taco Bell K-Man tonight, he strikes out at
if you're watching the broadcast for the first time, Taco Bell K-Man means that the opposing team facing the Blue Sox at Donovan Stadium, if they strike out swinging, free Taco Bell vouchers can be collected by any fan. It's one of the favorite promotions that the Blue Sox do, along with the BK Fry Guy for Burger King.
There was a game earlier in the year where the fans got free tacos in the second at-bat of the game. And then after that, there was no more taco sound effect. And then the other notable one, I would say, was on opening day where we had that big rain delay in the 7th inning. Then we came back about 45 to 50 minutes later. All the fans had left besides maybe 5, and then the Taco Bell came in and struck out in the 8th.
There was just some lucky fans getting more of the supply.
That pitcher is in there for a strike, 1-1. Outfield skewed off to the left. Short playing deep. Second in a position to keep Swingham at second base. A big hole in right for the infield. That offering misses 2-1.
Blue Sox want to keep this game 2-1. They don't want to have to come back from a multi-run deficit, which is something they were not in a position at all. Yesterday, the biggest deficit they had was 1 run in game 1 of the doubleheader.
All right, fans, that's 2 strikes.
And that one called strike, and now an opportunity for the fans to get their free tacos. The taco chant begins. Rhodes, an opportunity to deliver and send the fans home happy. 2-2. Swingham holds off at that one. The count runs full, just outside.
Try it again. Taco.
You can hear the fans chanting, taco, taco.
Full count coming. The pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it again. And the fans will continue to have opportunity at tacos. And there's a complete sprinting race between about 5 different people for that foul ball. Someone ends up retrieving it out there. One more opportunity here for free tacos. Can Swingham prevent the fans from getting what they want? And stepping off the mound to check up on Swingham at second base. So Swingham does end up succeeding in preventing the fans from getting what they want. Meanwhile, Kanias Davis gets ready to face the 3-2. The payoff. That one's chopped down. Grabbed by Smith. The throw to first is in time. Got him. 2 down.
Right fielder number 25, Wyatt Lassiter.
So Wyatt Lassiter, last time we saw him, struck out looking. The sun's starting to get down to the booth, and it is definitely making it pretty hot in here. And so kind of gives you a sense of what the players are feeling out there.
You're right, Killian. It feels like 80 degrees right now, according to the humidity temperature.
That one's fouled off. Lands somewhere. Didn't hear it hit on the roof, so evidently fell somewhere not on the roof. 0-1.
Well, there's not a lot of clouds in the sky, Killian, so that sunlight has more of a chance to come through and shine on our flesh.
It definitely might make things more tiring for the pitchers, especially. Just consistently having to throw. And Rhodes has not had the quickest of innings here. He's had quite a bit of work to do. Hoping to get back to the shade of the dugout relatively soon.
Rhodes already up to 47 pitches. And we're not done with the third yet. But trying to end his inning with a flourish. 1 pitch away from doing that now, Killian.
That one was swung on, and the count goes to 1-2. And an opportunity to take down Lassiter for the second time today. Infield playing at their normal positions, outfield playing normal as well. With second maybe slightly towards second base, that one's fouled off. We'll do it again.
And Killian, you talk about the weather. It's only going to get hotter as we make our way into July. Rain is going to be a factor in some of these games with temperatures in the low 90s and high 80s. So 78 degrees right now is going to feel like a cool down compared to next week.
The 1 and 2 and the opportunity to get out of the side. Swung on, tag applied, and side retired. It was a bit of a half-hearted swing there from Lester. It looked like he regretted it halfway through. Does not matter. Boonville scores 1 run. They lead it 2-1 after 2.5. Don't go anywhere. Christian Cerrone leading off the bottom of the third for the Blue Sox as they look to respond to Boonville as the Lumberjacks put up a run in the top half of the inning. He looks at the first pitch in there, called strike 1, and steps back out, readjusts himself. Infield still playing pretty deep in the middle. You got the second baseman standing about 3 steps into the outfield, and shortstop playing on the border between outfield and infield. The 0-1 swung on, and quickly ahead now is Albright, 0-2.
So now Albright pitching with a lead for the first time. Well, actually the first time since it was 1-0, but Albright can now play a little more loosely.
That one's lined in the left center, dropping for a base hit. Cerrone rounds first. Oh, he looked like he was about to take off for a second. Then he slows up and drops back.
No, he did, yeah. And honestly, if there's anybody that would have tried to take second, Cerrone would have the best chance at taking the bag, the extra bag, because of how much speed he possesses. Now it's the Flash, trying to follow him up in the speed-on-speed combo.
Back to the top of the order. Flashner's last time up, grounded out right to the pitcher. On the very first pitch, he bunts this one, and it's a good bunt. Albright unable to handle it, a bunt single advancing the runner.
That is classic. Michael Flashner, back-to-back games with a bunt single. And now you have a chance at a double steal with your 2 fastest players.
And no, it looks like they ruled that an error.
Interesting.
So it'll be an E1.
Okay.
So Flashner reaches on an error off of his bunt. And we will get that double steal, and it is not even close.
On cue.
He's on in there safe. Both Flashner and Cerrone both pull on in. So this is Justin Levine, grounded to third his last time up. With 2 runners in scoring position and nobody down, has the opportunity to put the go-ahead run past the plate for Utica. He stares at that pitch and the top of the zone. It's 1-1. Albright takes a breath, delivers. Swung on, it's chopped to short. The throw to first is in time, but that won't stop the run from scoring. And Christian Cerrone ties the game on up.
The Blue Sox using their speed to disrupt the game and then benefiting off of outs. That's what good baseball teams do. They manufacture offense, and that's what just happened.
So, in both the second and the third, Boonville has gone ahead and Utica has immediately tied the game. Now, Smith with a runner at third has the opportunity to drive in the go-ahead run. He flew out to center his first time up. Smith faces the first pitch, and he starts with that one in there for a strike. It's 0-1.
Smith just needs to get a medium depth fly ball to get a run home on a sac fly. You can record an out and trade that for a run, and that would be a good outcome for the Blue Sox in this inning, trailing coming into the third.
The 0-1 misses. Count goes to 1-1. 3 hits for Boonville, 2 for Utica, 2 errors for Boonville, 1 for Utica. Game tied at 2. One's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That one's fouled into Smith's foot. He has to walk that one off. It's a hefty swing, so as long as some of that momentum carried down to the ball, that's not going to feel too good. Smith has Flashner at third, trying to send him home and driving the go-ahead run. That pitch is high, so no sending the go-ahead run home needed from Smith. Flashner comes on home on the wild pitch, and Utica leads 3-2.
Again, you can feel the energy with this team. They're benefiting from every opposing mistake. They are manufacturing runs the old-fashioned way. Getting 2 runs home on a wild pitch and a grounded is the kind of offense that good teams do. When you're not getting a massive ton of hits, getting runs in this kind of way is such an encouraging sign for this squad.
So called strike there, and so down goes Smith on strikeouts. Smith makes his way back to the dugout.
The shortstop, number 2, Anthony Paratano.
And here comes Anthony Paratano. He reached on an error his first time up, then got called out on a fielder's choice. Paratano, a big home run hitter for the Blue Sox. We know he's got the power. Outfield backing up in order to cope with that. First pitch in there called strike 0-1. Two down here for Paratano as he watches that one outside, evening up the count at 1. But outfield playing really far back, actually. A lot farther than I initially assumed. So is the infield. And it's clear that the league has heard about Paratano's power and his ability to hit homers. And they're adjusting accordingly. He swings for that one. It's 1-2. And an opportunity for Albright to get out of the inning with only 2 runs conceded.
But this inning is still a massive win for the Blue Sox, at least the bottom half of the third.
One, 2 coming. The pitch from Albright. Swung on, foul. What a diving attempt there from Marcus Smith at third base. We talked about him being a black hole, just sucking in everything that comes his way.
He's the human Hoover.
He almost got to that one, which was ripped foul. And with him playing deep, it's going to be a lot harder to get stuff by him. The 1-2, Peritano grounds that one, and Smith can't pick it up.
Oh, well, we had a little broadcaster jinx, didn't we?
Usually the broadcast jinx only works on the team you're broadcasting for, but in this case it works the other way around.
Yeah.
Reaching on an error is Anthony Peritano for the second time today. This time it's an E5.
And now multiple errors for Boonville. They continue to stack up, and the Blue Sox continuing to play better defense.
So Jack Sweeney with 2 down, a runner at first, trying to keep the side alive. He chops this one in the left field for a base hit. Smith didn't even move towards that one. Instead, was watching his shortstop, Zeb Swanga, make a run at that, but I don't know. I feel like Smith probably could have gotten to that if he had jumped at it.
Definitely, I think he could have. And now Wirtz with a big 2-out RBI opportunity to really give the Blue Sox a comfortable lead. It would be multiple runs ahead if they can score here. And Albright is sweating, approaching the 60 pitch mark.
But no action in the Boonville bullpen, so Lumberjacks clearly thinking that he's their guy right now. Fouled into the ground, 0-1.
Lumberjacks trying to get 3 innings out of Albright and keeping this a 3-2 game. But Utica does not want to oblige. See if they can deliver.
Ian Wirtz, the catcher, struck out his first time up, which was in the second inning. Now an opportunity to either send the runners along the base paths or drive in an insurance run. That pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-2, and the Blue Sox down to their final strike of the inning. Albright checks behind him a couple times. 0-2. Swung on, high fly ball in the right field. This one's going back, and it will be caught on the warning track. A good job tracking that ball down by the right fielder, Wyatt Lassiter, but the damage is done. The Blue Sox take the lead. It's 3-2 after 3 innings of play. Don't go anywhere. We welcome you back here for the top of the fourth. We're now joined alongside by John Regas. John, how are you doing?
All good.
And Regas yesterday pitched a 7-inning shutout over the over the Socrates Stallions in Game 2 of that doubleheader. Just kind of walk me through what the strategy was going into that game, facing that Socrates hitting core.
Honestly, just having feel, having trust in all my pitches, trusting my defense, trusting my catcher, what he's calling, and honestly just doing my thing on the mound.
And we saw that Socrates was really struggling to get hits off of you. Is there one thing that you really would kind of lean on when you're out there, especially later in that game as fatigue started mounting, to get them out?
Honestly, just keeping them off balance so I didn't really know what's coming. I would throw my cutter for a strike, then bounce a curveball, and then throw a cutter again. If they foul it, then gas them up with the heater and see what they can do.
That one's chopped. Moving on, it is Paratano. The throw to first is in time. He got him. So Lester starts off going 6-3 ground out.
Now, John, you started out getting the first 2 outs of your 7th inning, trying to go for the complete game shutout. Flashner was incredible at second base, but then you had runners at first and third. What was in your mind? Obviously, you wanted to get the win any way you could, but you also wanted to get the shutout. What was in your mind for the last batter of the game? What were you trying to really, what was in your mind mentally to try and get past those first 2 base runners?
Honestly, just keeping the shutout so we can get pitcher's BP at the next practice, because this is our first time we got a shutout this year, so we kind of want to just have a few swings at practice instead of just sitting in the outfield and shag for our guys.
And you say that you guys get a pitcher's BP, so is that a thing where if you guys record a shutout, you guys get to take some swings, or?
Yeah, just if one guy throws a shutout like I did, or if it's a combined shutout with multiple people or 2 people, a shutout's a shutout.
Yeah.
The pitchers did their jobs, and now we're honored with BP.
So how'd you do in BP?
We didn't have it yet.
Oh, okay.
Next
practice.
practice,
All right.
we got a few swings, so we'll see how that goes.
I'm sure you're looking forward to it, of course.
Oh, yeah, we all are. We were all screaming about it after the game.
So it's currently 2-1 to RJ Lopez. Lopez grounded out his first time out. Appealing, he did not go around. It's 3-1. But John, on the season so far, as we're about at the halfway point, what's your take on how things stand in the clubhouse?
Honestly, it's just a great team, great chemistry already. We have the best chemistry I think a team could have in this conference right now. So I think if we start something, we're not going to stop.
So the first walk for Boonville on the day, as RJ Lopez takes his trot out to first base. New pitcher in for the Blue Sox, it's Vinny Sangatogo. Marcus Smith now comes up. Smith homered his last time up, which was leading off the second inning, and he holds off on the first pitch, strike 1. But John, for this Blue Sox season, as like a pitcher, as things go on and fatigue from the rest of the year starts to mount up, will you change your strategy at all as things go on, or do you try to keep it the same throughout the year?
Honestly, we're changing things up, changing lineups, putting new guys out there to pitch and just seeing what works still a little bit. But we're kind of cracking down to see what guys should play every day, who should go on the mound, and just be confident when we're out there.
You think this team has more confidence maybe at the start of the season, especially now that you got the doubleheader sweep?
Yeah, 100%. 2.
An opportunity for the double play. They get the tag and the throw. The first is in time.
Attaboy, Flash.
A double play there from Caden Fry. And that retires the side. Boonville not able to do anything in the top of the fourth. We will come back, and Utica has the opportunity to expand their lead. Don't go anywhere. All right, so for the We're back here for the bottom of the fourth. R.J. Tomei leading off for the Blue Sox. He doubled and advanced on a wild pitch his last time up. Registered an RBI. As he faces the first pitch and holds off on that one, 1-0. And we're still joined here by Blue Sox pitcher John Regas. And John, I know the MLB season's going on right now. Do you have a favorite team?
Oh, the Yankees, actually.
Oh, Evil Empire, I see. Of course, coming from New Jersey.
Yep.
Now, what made you want to choose the Blue Sox? What really attracted you to this program, and how are you liking it so far?
I played here last year for like the last 3 weeks. I got called up because they needed pitching.
Right.
And just like the atmosphere they give and bring, just the opportunity to come back this year was blessed.
Now, you talk about being a Yankees fan. What is your opinion on their loss last night to the Red Sox?
To the Red Sox? Ooh. And today.
I don't really want to talk about it. Doesn't feel that great.
Because, John, you're sitting next to a Red Sox fan right now.
Oh, I could tell.
It's okay. It's all good in the neighborhood. But, hey, leadoff hit for Tomei.
Yeah, that was Marcus Smith unable to bring that one in. We've talked about Smith being very good at third base, and he struggled a bit early on today. So Tomei 2 hits on a day now. This brings up Ethan Madison, who walked his first time up.
Shout out Ethan for catching me yesterday, calling a great game behind the plate.
What do you think was the best pitch that he called that you were able to execute in a crucial situation yesterday? Was there anything that comes to mind?
Honestly, my cutter, late game, it started moving more like a hard slider.
Yeah.
And just being dominant with that, I think helped me great towards the end.
So the pickoff attempt there.
They're really trying to pick off Tomei at first. And, John, we've been trying to see if the Blue Sox would get a pickoff attempt all year. Maximo finally did it in the first game of the doubleheader. That must have been incredible. Finally seeing good. A pickoff, right?
Yeah, it definitely felt good getting a guy out, just not even like having to throw to the batter, just getting an out.
And it was a crucial point in the game. It was in the 6th inning. The Blue Sox were in a 1-run game, and that momentum led to that walk-off. Second walk-off of the year.
Yep, feels great.
Now, as a pitcher, and there's yet another pickoff attempt, another one unsuccessful, but as a pitcher in this situation, the 0-1 count, runner at first, nobody down, is there a specific way you like to attack batters in this situation?
Honestly, just changing up my what's it called? My timing for the runner not to get a steal, and then just honestly attacking, trying to get a double play. Honestly, throwing off speed to try to get him to roll over to turn into a double play.
Okay.
Madison lined out to Smith there. Here comes Bowden Fernsler. After him, it would be Cerrone. One down here for Utica, runner at first.
Now, when we had Mikey and we asked him this question, I want to ask you as well, John. Do you have any pregame superstitions, any routines that you like to do before your starts? If you know you're going to be there on the mound in the first inning, anything you like to do beforehand?
Definitely drink a C4 before the game.
Okay.
I got to have a C4 before the game. And honestly, just any energy drink, either Red Bull or C4 majority-wise, but just an energy drink to pump me up a little bit.
Now, just kind of continuing off that theme of like superstitions, or more of just pregame stuff in general. Well, do you have a like specific music artist, or just general like playlist you have before each game, or do you kind of just listen to whatever they got playing in the locker room?
Honestly, I wear my headphones and I have a pregame playlist. It's honestly like just a bunch of like random stuff.
Well, high fly ball to deep left field. This one's going to go foul.
Almost.
And that one was crushed.
Bowden almost lined that one up. If there's one song that you could play to hype yourself up before a game, what would you choose, John? Is there anything that's coming to the top of your mind, or just a bunch of different things?
Honestly, I listen to songs that don't even like speak English. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, really? Do you like some like Latin songs?
Not even that. Like just like rock. Like
okay.
just crash out stuff, honestly.
Okay.
Well, it clearly worked yesterday.
Yeah.
So, John, you got the Player of the Week a couple weeks ago for the pitcher in the Eastern Division. Had another great performance. How validating does it feel to have such a great start to the season and really able to help your team?
Honestly, it feels great because then it brings my teammates behind me and knowing that I'm going to do my job on the mound.
Yeah.
And they're going to do their job at the plate, and we're going to go win this game.
They have now tried picking off Tomei at first base 5 times, and none of them has worked. And now Tomei's going to take off. They say he swung.
I think it was a foul ball.
Yeah, it looks like it was a foul.
I think, does RJ have to?
Oh, the umpire made the out signal.
Okay, so we have a stolen base, but out number 2.
Bit of a weird situation there.
Right fielder number 4, Christian Cerrone.
So here comes Christian Cerrone, singled his last time up.
Let's go, Roney.
Christian Cerrone, one of the fastest players on the team. Doug DeLette likes to stack the lineup by putting Flashner and Cerrone next to each other at the 10 and 1 spots so they can usually lead off each other. They had a double steal earlier in the contest that score a couple runs.
Now, we've seen Pickle Rick kind of become a bit of an unofficial mascot for you guys. How walk me through how that started.
Honestly, we don't even know. Our one teammate just brought him to the
Do you know who it is?
Drake.
Drake Aycock.
Yep, he brought him to the dugout the one game, and we were like, yeah, he's just going to be our new mascot. So, honestly, whenever we score, we give it to the person that scored. And whenever we hit a home run, we throw it up in the air and stuff. It's just a new tradition, kind of, I guess, for this year.
So I'm pretty sure if Peritano's coming up, you basically have it on standby
Yeah.
with the way he's hitting.
100%.
Best slugging percentage in OBP in the entire team.
Yep.
And Peritano coming in a little later than everybody else. Only played in 8 games so far, and making now 9 today.
Yep. Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, that's a called
That's
strike.
horrible.
There's no way.
That's horrible.
John, clearly you don't agree with the call.
Oh, no. Nope.
Even from all the way up here, you could tell. I'm sure you got the pitcher's eye.
Oh, yeah.
They actually added the ball initially before the call was made, so the scoreboard
no.
briefly said 3-0.
I did the same. Excuse me. I got to change something.
A 2-1. And that one misses, and then now that's ball 3.
Should have been ball 4, but
Yeah, well.
But as a pitcher, though, like when you notice that an ump is not calling stuff low or maybe not calling stuff outside, does that change your attack at all, or do you just keep trying to go at him however?
honestly, I just try to keep my composure on the mound and not get frustrated, because the minute that happens, you're just out of the game. So, like,
Yeah.
control what you can control and just do what you can do.
And now Cerrone is on base. Another double steal chance with the top of the order coming up.
Second baseman, number
Shout out
5,
Flash.
Michael Flashner.
And we've heard some very varying walk-up songs. Do you have a player on the team who has your favorite walk-up?
X.
X Gonna Give It To You by DMX.
Yep.
It's an iconic one, and also it's also very fitting, of course, his name starting with that
It
letter.
fits him so well.
It really does. It really does.
Makes for a great trivia question, which was
That
the
was
last,
that was the in-house trivia question. What player is X Gonna Give It To You? Is it the guy starting with his name X or not?
Yes.
Yes. Answer is yes.
Now, while we're on the subject of walk-up songs, if you were a hitter and you got to pick your walk-up song for each at-bat, what would you go with?
Honestly, I would just let my teammates pick it.
Okay.
I wouldn't even
Everything-
care.
Smitty has a funny one. He does
Yeah.
some Indian music.
Yeah.
There's some really cool and fun walk-up songs.
Get through.
And that one is going to be sealed, and the out at second base retires the side. But, John, we thank you for coming on
Thank you
to
so
the
much, John. I
broadcast.
Thank you.
appreciate it. Have a great rest of the season, John.
You too.
3-2 after 4.
We are back for the top of the 5th. Devon Abaga leads off for the Boonville Lumberjacks. 3-2 Utica in front. And a first pitch fly ball carrying well to center field. On the back pedal, the catch is made for out number 1 by Jack Sweeney.
Designated hitter number 36, Carson Beatty.
So after the F8, here comes Carson Beatty. He struck out swinging his first time up. Vinny Sangataldo. Sangataldo, second pitcher in the Blue Sox stable to come out today after Austin Rhodes made the start. That ball's rolled over to second. Flashner extends the glove, spears the ball, throws to first, out number 2. So Beatty is retired for the second time tonight. Now here comes Will Hill. He singled back in the third and came around to score one of the 2 Boonville runs.
Well, it's been a fast game so far. Already in the top of the 5th. This thing's been rolling.
It's one of those fast games you mentioned earlier. Boonville and Utica have some really quick games. That ball is low and away, 1-0. So Sangataldo coming in relief, trying to go the middle innings. Pleasure to have John Regas in the booth. We have a couple of Blue Sox pitchers coming in explaining their thought process and why they came to Utica. A really tight group. There's a swing and a miss, 1-1. Base is empty, 2 out. 3-2 Blue Sox. Utica trying to stretch their win streak to 3 games and gain a game in the Eastern Division standings. 1-1 is low, ball 2. Zev Swingham is on deck. He had an RBI double back in the third that scored Hill. RBIs for Boonville. Smith on the home run in the second. Swingham on the 2-base hit in the third.
And Swingham was the one who had that ground rule double.
2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2 on the fastball.
So he's got power, and Utica's going to have to watch out for him.
Sangataldo, 2-2. Outside, 3-2 now. Infield back, base is empty, 2 out in the visiting fifth. And the full count pitch is popped up into right field, and it drops in for a base hit as Cerrone pulls up and figures it's better to keep it to a single than dive and miss it and allow extra bases.
Well, it's a smart decision there by Cerrone.
Now here comes Zeb Swangam. After the 2-out blue base hit, Swangam 1 for 1 with that double that I mentioned earlier in the inning that he hit back in the third. Then it'll be Oliver Lawrence after Swangam. Runner on at first, 2 out in the fifth. 1-run game. Boonville 2-0 against Utica at Donovan Stadium. They want to stretch that to 3-0, but they need to come back here to do it. First pitch is low, ball 1.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing here from Ingataldo, though. He's been confident in where he's going, and he's trying to get him to chase. Just hasn't been able to get that so far. Good eye from Boonville.
1-0. Zoomed in a little high, ball 2. I think the thing that we learned most, Killian, about what Riga said back in the fourth was the relationship between pitcher and catcher is so important. Madison was such a boon to Rigas' complete game shutout. Swinging a fly ball to right field. That sends a backpedaling right fielder Cerrone to make the catch for out number 3. We're through 4.5. Blue Sox lead 3-2. Garrett Albright still on the mound for his 5th inning of work with the Blue Sox batting up 3-2. Justin Levine leads off for the Blue Sox. It'll be Levine, Smith, and Paratano, 2 through 4 hitters.
This is a dangerous part of the Blue Sox lineup. They've been a bit silent today, but I would not be too surprised to see them get things going here.
First pitch rolled over towards third, and it goes foul, 0-1. Levine, make that 0 for 2. 2 ground outs on the infield. 1 to third and then 1 to short. Here comes the 0-1. Tried to check, appeal towards first, and it's ball 1. Count even. Just getting underway in the home 5th frame. Utica looking to increase their 1-run lead. The 1-1. Drops low on the breaking ball in the dirt, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch fought off and fouled down the third base line, and the count is now 2-2 to Levine leading off in the Utica 5th frame. With Killian Efron, I'm Morgan Spriggs. Pleasure to have John Rigas in for an inning. Now just us two for you guys to listen to for the rest of the game. Of course, we'll have more players throughout the season and Levine taking a quick time out of the batter's box for his 2-2.
You know, Morgan, I was personally a big fan of his Pickle Rick origin story.
He
where
was.
There was no origin story. It was just he kind of showed up one day.
It's a ball high. That's not how traditions happen. Somebody just brings something and everybody rallies around it. And now Pickle Rick, which if you didn't know, it's this big stuffed pickle.
With a face on it.
With a face. Don't forget the face. Fouled off to the left side. And a nice field by Coach Luke Schulte. They use it for home runs, which the Blue Sox have been getting a lot more of recently. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and foul tipped but not caught, and it's a foul ball. So Levine just stays alive by the skin of his teeth.
And Albright's pitch count continuing to get work. Up to 67 pitches on the day, approaching 70.
Another full count pitch, drops low, but in enough for strike 3, and Levine is retired on the backwards K. So Levine is now 0 for 3, and here comes the X-Man, Xavier Smith, looking for his first hit of the game. He struck out looking back in the third his last time up. So here's Smith with 1 out and none on in the 5th. Sox up a run. First pitch. Dips low in the dirt, bouncing for ball 1 from Garrett Albright. Blue Sox already into their bullpen. Boonville riding their starter right now. See if that holds and for how long. 1 ball and no strikes, the pitch. Zooms high for ball 2. We've got some scores going around in the PGCBL here on this Saturday. A full slate of action as the skies are clear, meaning no rainouts, but we have some rescheduled games being played today. 2-0. Fly ball into center field. Very playable, and it drops into the glove of the center fielder for the out. Bronx Lewis making the catch. Here comes Anthony Paratano. He's reached on 2 errors killing. That's rare, but he has not been retired today.
But that also signifies he hasn't quite had the power today we've seen from him usually. Let's see if he can get that going right here, because if he can and he's able to hit it out of the park, that could be a big momentum killer for Boonville as we get later into this game.
Bottom of the 5th, 3-2 Utica. 2 out, none on. First pitch of this at-bat is in there for strike 1 on the lower corner. Batavia and Niagara playing a doubleheader today. First game in 6 innings, already done. Muck Dogs won 12-0. Game number 2 at Dwyer Stadium, 3-1 Batavia on top of the Ironbacks. In this game, the 0-1 pitch is bounded into right field. That's a base hit, so a 2-out single. So Paratano gets his first hit of the game, and now here comes Jack Sweeney looking for hit number 2. And a continue the 5th inning for the Blue Sox. Further continuing the Western Division scores, Newark leads Geneva 3-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Jamestown up on Niagara Falls 3-1 at the top of the 7th. Olean beating Auburn 9-6. Ground ball that eats up the fielder, the third baseman, and it hops into left. Here comes the advance to third. The tag, he is out. And that ends the inning. The Blue Sox take 1 base too much and end the inning on the base pass. We go to the 6th, 3-2, our score. Oliver Lawrence leads off against San Cataldo in the top of the 6th. Utica 3, Boonville 2 with Killian Efron and Morgan Spriggs. First pitch to the catcher is in there for strike 1. Beautiful night for a ball game. It's a little humid.
It's all wearing off nicely as the sun is getting low in the sky.
1-1 on a ball low.
Nearly completely off the field now.
San Cataldo, set. The right-hander's 1-1 pitch is dotted on the corner for strike 2. One-two pitch. Fought off and foul to the right side. And we'll do it again.
I'm appreciating the metal pipe falling sound effect. That's been a relatively new one from Tim Best. We haven't heard that too much this year, besides a couple of games ago when he introduced it.
That pitch is just outside 2-2. Blue Sox trying to hold this one-run lead with San Cataldo still in the game as the reliever. 2-2 is a ground ball picked by Smith, who calmly throws it over, dropped at first base by Levine, and the runner is safe. They may rule that an error, and I think you should call it an E3 because Levine dropped it.
And it looks like they will, so second error of the game for Utica, but Boonville's been more surprising in that regard with 4.
Here comes Kanayas Davis to the top of the order with 1 on and none out in the road 6. And we'll get you some Eastern Division scores, which is more important for Utica's playoff hopes and the state of the division
And
right after this pitch. Runner on at first. First pitch to Davis is a ground ball that's just foul as Smith tried to play it 0-1. So getting to the Eastern Division right now at Canteen Field, bottom of the 6th, Saugerties leads Oneonta 9-3. Stallions trying to get off the mini slide after the sweep at the hands of the Blue Sox in the doubleheader yesterday. Oh, 1 drops low, 1-1. And Amsterdam has done it again. They put up double digits, this time against Mohawk Valley at Veterans Memorial Park. The score in the top of the 5th inning is 12-2 Amsterdam as they continue to dominate the league, looking for their 12th straight win. The 1-1, nice dive by Wirtz to prevent that ball from going to the backstop. It's 2-1 on that breaking ball away. Leadoff runner on, Oliver Lawrence at first base. None gone in the 6th. Kanayas Davis at the plate. Wyatt Lassiter's on deck.
And San Cataldo taking his time a bit here. Maybe trying to throw him off.
Here comes Vinny's 2-1. Line up the middle and pass the diving Paratano into center for a base hit. And the first 2 hitters have reached base in the 6th for Boonville. Here comes Wyatt Lassiter. He's 0-2. Grounded out to shortstop his last time up after striking out looking in the 1st. So some trouble now for San Cataldo. See if he can wriggle his way out of it. First and second occupied, none out. First pitch is zipped on the corner for a strike.
And this first out is big here for Utica. As long as they can get 1 down, then they can start working from there. But if he's able to reach base, it would either load him up or send 1 or 2 runs home. with nobody down, will be very dangerous for Utica with this 1-run lead.
First baseman creeps in on a bluffed bunt. Levine was trying to field a possible bunted ball, and it's 0-2 on the strike call. Count 0-2. Sangatalo looking for that strikeout and the big first out. First and second, none gone. The pitch. Swing at a hopper. Played at third. The throw to second gets under the glove, and the game is tied. So now Boonville has first and third and not out, and they call it an error. Third error of the game for the Blue Sox.
This is just not ideal. All the errors are starting to strike right now.
Call it an E6.
First baseman, number 21, Arjunis Lopez.
Oliver Lawrence scores on the play. Here comes R.J. Lopez. He is 0 for 1, did walk in the fourth. Chance with a runner on third for Boonville to take the lead right back, 4-3 at least. Showing bunt. Instead, swings. That's grounded. Paratano steps to the back for a second for the out. Throw to first is in time. A run does score, but a big double play erases all base runners. It is 4-3, though. Boonville.
Third baseman, number 3, Marcus Smith.
Call it a 6-3 double play.
It increases the outs, but Boonville with the lead. And, I mean, unfortunately, at that point with a runner on third, no force at home, it's kind of inevitable, it feels, by that point, as long as you're able to get decent contact like that was.
4-3 Lumberjacks.
And honestly, that's probably the best case scenario right there. You're able to get that double play with contact.
Grounder scooped up. Paratano to first, out number 3. But Boonville takes the lead. They put up 2 in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Utica down 1. We are back for the bottom of the 6th. Ian Wirtz leads off for the Blue Sox. new pitcher, Ian Farber, coming in for the Jacks. Farber yet to allow a run in his 2 appearances, though he has allowed a unearned run. First pitch is grounded and scooped by Swangham at short, whose throw to first is in time for out number 1. So first pitch, 6-3 out to get Sweeney. First pitch, first out in the bottom of the 6th. So with Wirtz out, here comes Tomei. RJ is 2 for 2, a double, single, and an RBI. First pitch. Dropped in by Farber for a strike, 0-1. Defensive change for the Lumberjacks, by the way. Carson Beatty is the new first baseman, replacing Argentus Lopez. Lumberjacks trying to not be as sloppy as they were early in the game. 4 charge errors to them. That ball's inside, 1-1.
But good on them changing things up right now while they're ahead, not wanting to mess with the order while they're down. Trying some things out. It's been a tight game from the beginning, and it looks like it's going to continue to be so. Nobody's been able to pull away.
1-1. Fouled off, fly ball to the right side. Had a lot of 1-run games this season, especially at Donovan Stadium. The 5-0 win for the Blue Sox in Game 2 of the doubleheader last night against Socrates was their first home win by more than 2 runs. 1-2 pitch. Farber throws it low, 2-2. Sun setting in the west. A beautiful mosaic sky of colors right in front of us above the outfield. Speaking of the outfield, it's at normal depth right now. The infield's all playing back, though. Smith, Swangham, Abaga, Beatty. That pitch is flown into right field down the line and foul. We'll do it again.
Well, it's been a good job by Tomei staying in this at-bat here and just keeping this one alive. Already 2 hits on the day. You know he wants to go 3 for 3. So he's waiting for his pitch, just staying alive.
Count 2-2 to RJ Tomei. One out, none on. The pitch. Bounced over towards third and foul. So a couple of foul balls for Tomei. Staying alive, as the Bee Gees song aptly puts it. Blue Sox trying to come back after Boonville put up 2 runs against San Cataldo in the top of the inning. 2-2. Another foul ball. That's 3 in a row. This one to the right side and out of play.
And Farber now 7 pitches in this at-bat with a count 2-2.
Coming up, pitch number 8. Infield still back. Abaga is playing deep on the grass. He did this the last time Boonville played here. He loves playing deep in the hole. See if it works out for him if he gets a ground ball to him. So keep an eye on that defensive alignment. Another 2-2. Outside. We'll do another pitch in this at-bat. Coming up, pitch number 9, and it would be a 3-2 variety.
And this is the point here for Tomei where you're going to want to think long and hard about each pitch, but not too long, or otherwise you're going to miss it, obviously.
3-2. In there for strike 3. Got him looking, and Tomei does not like the call. And he's talking with the home plate umpire on his way to the dugout. But the call is final, 2 down.
Yeah, Tomei's got to be careful there. He's still barking on his way back, but
does not want to get thrown out of the game. Now here's Ethan Madison with 2 out, none on. Madison lined out his last time up to third base. First at-bat was a walk, though, so looking to get on base for the second time tonight. First pitch is in there for strike 1. So clearly the plate right now is pitcher friendly, so helping Farber right now. The 0-1 is low and blocked by Lawrence. 1-1. Blue Sox at 8-11 after their 2-game sweep against Socrates. They want to stretch that win total to 3 in a row and a record of 9 wins and 11 losses. The 1-1. In the dirt ball, too. No chase. Good plate discipline for Madison on that offering. And the count is slightly in his favor now, 2-1. Farber on the mound. Southpaw's 2-1. He's yanked high and away, 3-1. So Madison trying to find a pitch he can match. Otherwise, he would be more than happy to take his walk, which comes here on that pitch inside. So a 5-pitch walk keeps the inning alive for the Blue Sox offense. So now after the walk, here comes Bowden Fernsler, 0 for 1 with a K. So Fernsler strides to the plate. Madison at first, 2 gone.
There's a huge opportunity here for Fernsler with 2 down to drive something forward here for Utica and get the momentum rolling.
First pitch buried low, 1-0. The pitch. There's a strike. So count is even. Madison inching off first. 2 out in a 1-run game, 4-3 in the bottom of the 6th. His next pitch is stopped by Lawrence, 2-1. Getting in the later stages of the game, it's a close one again. 2-1, low. Here's a takeoff for Madison. The throw is in time. Ethan Madison got a late jump and he's caught stealing. We go to the 7th inning. Boonville leads Utica 4-3.
Bronx Lewis leading off here in the top of the 7th. Boonville holding a 4-3 lead. 4 errors committed by the Lumberjacks, 3 by the Blue Sox. 5 hits for Boonville, 6 for Utica. And Bronx Lewis so far in this game unsuccessful both times up. As he swings at that one wildly, strike 1, 0-1. Utica infield pulled off to the right, outfield playing in their normal positions. High fly ball in the center field, and coming on into that and making the play is Jack Sweeney. 1 down, Lewis flies out to center. Here's Devon Abaga. Abaga, a ground out and a fly out on the day. He's 0 for 2. This would be a good spot for him to sort of wake up here and give Boonville their first big hit of the side as they look to extend their lead. It's a good night now in Utica as the sun's gone down. It's gotten progressively cooler, not to a tolerable temperature. The thermometer here still reads 79. I personally think that's a bit too high. It's probably more like 75 right now.
It's getting a little cooler now, that's for sure.
Much to the happiness of the players down the field, I'm sure, as they were in direct sunlight for the first 4 innings of this game. Stepping back out of the batter's box is Abaga. He'll take his time out. The Blue Sox holding a 2-game winning streak after sweeping Saugerties yesterday in the doubleheader. And they are tied with Boonville. Both teams a half game out of a playoff spot with a month to go in the regular season. Swung on, hard foul ball, 0-2. After Abaga, it'll be Beatty and Will Hill. One down, Abaga down the count 0-2, and Vinny Sangatolo with the opportunity to take him out in 4 pitches. Does he do so? Yes, he does. Caught looking is Abaga, the backwards K. It's the second out of the side, and here comes Carson Beatty, the DH. He struck out and grounded out to second on the day so far. And what a spot this would be for Utica to make Boonville go 1-2-3 and then give their offense an opportunity here as we enter the 7th inning stretch.
Exactly right, Killian. There is plenty of time for the Blue Sox to come back offensively, just down a run.
First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1.
And a routine inning for Sangatalo would certainly be wanted by the Blue Sox right now.
And that one's grounded up the middle, base hit. So Carson Beatty gives Boonville their 6th hit on the day. He pulls in the first base, hits the scuba back to his dugout. And this brings up Will Hill, who's 2 for 2. He scored a run, 2 singles on the day. And Hill, a red-hot, dangerous hitter relative to this game. And Sangatolo has to be pretty careful about where he throws pitches to him. Leadoff pitch. And he takes that one that missed, 1-0.
That seemed like a close pitch, Killian. What did you think of that call?
It felt more on the strike side than anything else, but umpire is the one with the authority. Swinging through that one there is Will Hill. It's 1-1. After Hill, it would be Zeb Swingham, a shortstop. 2 down here. Hill tries to advance Beatty along the base paths. A throw to first nearly gets away. What a dive there by Levine to prevent Beatty from at least attempting to advance. I don't know if he would have gotten there.
Certainly was a good effort by Justin.
Regardless, it's 1-2, and an opportunity for Sangatolo to get out of the inning with no runs allowed. Sangatolo takes a look and delivers. Missed outside, 2-2.
And what do you think about the length of this game, Killian, as we reach 2 hours in duration? It seems to be just a pretty normal ball game. Not too long, not too fast. Just right, like Goldilocks.
Now, Morgan, if this were the Amsterdam game, we would be under halfway through.
That game was over 4 hours.
4 hours and 14 minutes of baseball, and a game that featured 34 runs. This is an absolute bloodbath in terms of the pitching.
That's Amsterdam for you. Their offense is electric against everybody, and the Blue Sox held their own in the batter's box as well.
It's a full count here to Will Hill. Sangatolo takes a look. The payoff. And they say he did go around on that one. Strike 3. Got him swinging. And so no runs put up by Boonville in the top of the 7th. Utica looks to tie things up when we come back. Back up to the plate. If that name sounds familiar, it's because his at-bat was really interrupted by a caught stealing. So he gets another crack at things. And he faces Farber. Farber delivers his 10th pitch on the day, and it's fouled off 0-1. This game has been one of relative normalcy, which we've been saying, Morgan, is quite unusual for the Blue Sox this year, but it's a welcome change as their games against Socrates were also pretty normal. This one is grounded to second, fielded cleanly. It's a long throw, but he makes it in time. And so a leadoff ground out for Fernsler, the 4-3. So this will bring up Christian Cerrone, who singled and walked.
Christian Cerrone.
The Blue Sox, trailing by a run, have 2 more chances after this side to tie things up. And they're more than capable of doing so, but they'd like to do that sooner rather than later and avoid having to have a late game comeback. But I'm sure the Blue Sox wouldn't mind having a walk-off 2 nights in a row. What a catch by Smith at third base. Leaps into the air and snags it out of the sky on the line drive. And it's a 1-pitch line out to third for Christian Cerrone.
Marcus Smith, one of the most talented fielders on Boonville, and he shows that again, flashing the leather in spectacular fashion.
He's had some troubles tonight, but doesn't mean he still can't make big plays like that one you just saw right there. So Flashner back up for the 4th time today. It's the 4th time around the order now for the Blue Sox. He grounded into a fielder's choice, grounded out, and reached on an error off of a bunt. Been an interesting day for him, as he did score a run off that reaching off error bunt thing. First pitch is a ball. It's a 1-0. Flashner swings at that one and is grabbed by Farber. Underhands it to first base. Side retired. And Utica goes 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back for the top of the 8th. Boonville looking to stretch their lead. So here's Zeb Swingham, the shortstop. Boonville with a 4-3 lead. Both teams 6 hits, 4 errors for the Lumberjacks, 3 for Utica, yet the Lumberjacks still lead this game. And they look to expand that lead here in the top of the 8th inning. It's been a quick game, 8:52 p.m. We're already in the 8th. It's been a theme with these two this year. That one has flown into the bullpen, and the catch is made. but no out since it was in the bullpen.
San Cataldo still on the mound, really stretching his workload as a middle reliever. Important inning for San Cataldo. We'll see if he can make it all the way through.
The 0-1, and Swingham grounds one to short. Peritano's throw is in time. They got him, one down. And Peritano's been accurate today. Here comes Oliver Lawrence. Lawrence grounded out and reached on an error and scored a run. So he sits at 0 for 1 on the day. Utica's infield still playing with a pretty solid gap in center. This one is grounded right to Smith at third. The throw to first in time. And so 2 straight pitches, 2 straight outs. And now the Taco Bell K-Man comes back. It's Kanias Davis. Davis has been busy tonight. He's singled once and grounded out twice, but hasn't struck out yet. Could this be the one that gives the fans the tacos?
Everybody in the ballpark wants some Taco Bell, that's for sure.
There really is nothing like Taco Bell after a Blue Sox game. I'm speaking to that personally because I had Taco Bell last night after the doubleheader.
Love that.
First pitch in there for a strike, it's 0-1. And if my mom heard that, I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry? It's Taco Bell. Live Moss, Killian. Live Moss.
She doesn't quite enjoy me having Taco Bell. The 0-1 is fouled off. It's 0-2.
It's the boon of your labor.
I see what you did there.
I'm funny. Or punny.
Well, while we were making Taco and Boonville jokes, it's now 0-2, and now the opportunity to give the tacos to the fans is in the hands of San Cataldo. Davis has been in this position already tonight. Fouls it off. We'll do it again. He smoked that one foul, too. That was a hard hit ball.
Yeah. Well, the Taco Bell chant will resume in earnest. That's for sure. Oh, another 0-2 coming.
Here comes the taco chant. Does it work this time? San Cataldo hopes it does. He stares down the batter and delivers. Does he get the call? No. No tacos.
At least not yet.
Wirtz tried to frame it. The umpire says no way. 1-2.
The insatiable appetite of the Utica patrons has to wait for another pitch.
Is this the pitch? 1-2.
Come on, Vinny.
Missed it outside 2-2. That one was not as close as that first one, yet the fans did not appreciate that one. They're blinded by
They just want some TV.
They're blinded by the prospect of free tacos.
I would be too.
This could be the last chance they get as fourth time around the order here in the 8th. Let's see. And Davis, foul. Oh, man, I thought he caught that. But it hits the ground, goes into the glove. We'll do it again. It's 2-2. A prolonged taco chance for these fans. They want it bad. 2-2. San Cataldo delivers. And it's grounded to short. Peritano picks it up, bobbles it, then makes the throw to first. Side retire, but no tacos for the fans. It remains 4-3 Boonville after 7.5. Don't go anywhere. Justin Levine walks on up to the batter's box here for the bottom of the 8th. The Blue Sox trail 4-3, but they're part of the order that can really do damage. Has been kind of quiet tonight, but what a time this would be for it to come alive. The leadoff pitch from Farber is fouled off 0-1, sending a few fans flying out of their seats, but the protective netting does not allow that ball to get within 30 feet of them.
Haven't had a foul ball up into the press box, which I think is statistically impossible at this point, but girl can dream.
I mean, just with how the place is built, I don't think it's... It would literally take a perfect thing and somehow not getting deflected. I mean, I just don't see it. I don't see it.
It would have to take a bounce or something.
You have to get magically lifted by a gust of wind. 0-2. And Levine holds off on that one outside, and the count goes to 1-2. And there's our first just a bit outside of the night. I believe that's the first time we've heard Tim Best use that one.
R.A.P. Bob Uecker, one of the greats.
The 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And so 1 up, 1 down. Boonville off to a good start in the bottom of the 8th. And here comes the X-Man, Xavier Smith. We know John Regas is a fan of his X-Go Give It To You walk-up song, but we didn't get his opinion on this one, but
Going with different walk-up songs.
I'm sure he won't care if Smith is able to get on base and start a rally here for the Blue Sox.
Utica with just 5 outs to work with right now, trailing by 1.
And the first pitch hits him, so he'll take a walk to first base. And I believe that might be our first hit by pitch of the night.
It is. You're right.
Didn't want to say it for sure, but now that I know, it is officially our first hit by pitch of the night. Here comes Anthony Paratano with a man on base. A home run here from him could give the Blue Sox the lead and send this place into a frenzy. Let's see what he's able to draw up. We know he's capable, and you can see the infield telling all the outfielders, back up, back up. That's
some sound judgment there by the Lumberjack fielders.
Yeah, Devon Abaga was motioning to all of his outfielders, back up, just kind of making the hand motion, like, get out of there, and he gets hit too.
Wow.
2 straight pitches, 2 straight hit by pitch, 2 straight pitches, 2 straight hit by pitches. Evidently did not want to see Paratano hit a home run, and that one just kind of got away from him there, goes up and hits him in the shoulder. Not too much you can do about that as a pitcher, unfortunately.
Now here comes Jack Sweeney, an RBI chance with a runner in scoring position. Huge spot for Jack Sweeney, looking for his second hit on the game.
And with only 1 down, the Blue Sox have a runner in scoring position. They haven't had this in a while. Since the 3rd inning was the last time we saw this. First pitch, chopped foul. And nearly a crazy behind-the-back catch made by the third base coach there, but just got away from him. A huge opportunity presents itself for the Blue Sox. Smith at second, Paratano at first. Smith a base-stealing threat, Paratano not as much, but we mentioned he's one of those sleeper guys that can steal on you when you're not expecting it. It don't take off here. This one's lined in the center, and it will be caught. Smith tags. Smith's taken off, and he's safe easily. So runners at the corners.
It is a productive out for the Blue Sox, but now 2 down, and that puts the pressure on Wirtz.
So here comes Ian Wirtz. There's movement in the bullpen for Boonville, but nobody coming in quite yet. The first pitch, chop foul. Nearly clips a couple Blue Sox in the Blue Sox dugout.
Tying run is 90 feet away. The Blue Sox came up with huge clutch knocks and big plays in that doubleheader sweep. Can they get one here in the late going in the 8th?
And a high fly ball to deep left field. This one carries back. It's not going to make it out, and the catch is made in left field by the left fielder, Will Hill. That ball just kind of died in midair, and much to the Blue Sox anger, It doesn't find a way to drop. Boonville survives. They lead it 4-3 headed to the ninth. Well, we're back here for the top of the ninth. Got some score updates. Batavia took down Niagara in a 6-inning mercy rule in a doubleheader. So those are only 7 games, so that's why that one ended after 6. Socrates leads Oneonta 12-3 in the top of the 8th. Jamestown leads Niagara 8-2. Newark leads Geneva 6-1. Newark sitting at 1-14. That'd be a big win for them, looking for their second win of the year. Auburn trailing Olean 15-6. Amsterdam ahead on Mohawk Valley 13-5. And Batavia a 5-4 lead over Niagara in the bottom of the 4th. And that's where we sit right now.
San Cataldo still on the mound. His coaching staff trusting Vinny to go in the 9th and keep this game 4-3.
Starts working on Wyatt Lassiter. His first pitch is outside 1-0. The Blue Sox 4 home wins on the year, 2 of them coming yesterday. Things have been trending relatively upwards at home when they're not playing Amsterdam. And Amsterdam just really looks unbeatable by anybody. They're currently obliterating third-seeded Mohawk Valley by 9 runs. That pitch in there for a called strike, 1-1. A 1-1, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Looking ahead at the bottom of the 9th, if this game remains a 1-run game, it'll be Tomei, Madison, and Fernsler with 1 to tie and 2 to win. So your 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming up. See if they stick with Farber or go to the bullpen.
The 1-2, missed, 2-2. And for Utica, their one more game in the month of June comes on Monday the 29th at home against Glens Falls. As a high fly ball to deep left field. This one's going back. It's not going to make it out of here. Instead, it'll be recovered and caught there by Utica left fielder R.J. Tomei.
That one looked good in the air, but there's been a lot of fly balls just dying in the outfield.
And Morgan, the lack of wind could be a reason to that. Just nothing's carrying.
And now Masai Marshall is pinch hitting for R.J. Lopez in a big spot in the 9th inning.
Marshall, the opportunity here for Boonville. Trying to get a runner on or send a run home. And Lopez in this game was grounded into a double play, grounded out and walked. So not too unsurprising in this situation with a guy they clearly trust in Marshall, as Marshall looks at the first pitch down low, 1-0. Blue Sox, it's going to definitely have to come in the bottom of the 9th. They're not going to get a shot to tie it up until then, obviously, as we're in the 9th inning now. That went in there for a called strike.
Blue Sox want to only have to come down 1. It's up to San Cataldo in this defense to hold Boonville here for the next 2 batters, or however long it takes to get 2 outs.
The 1-1. In there, called strike 1 and 2. And the opportunity for the Blue Sox now to get the second out and retire Marshall. San Cataldo gets the call. The pitch, strike 3, swung through it. And down goes Marshall, so the pinch hitting does not work out in the place of Lopez. Messiah Marshall down in the form of the forwards K. And Marcus Smith, who has homered, grounded into a double play, and grounded out, comes on up.
He is a tough last hitter to get out. We saw him hit a home run today.
Only home run of this game so far. There were a couple maybe balls that just kind of died in midair due to the lack of wind at the ballpark tonight. Leadoff pitch, he swings through that one. It was a strong swing, but couldn't make any contact, 0-1.
Marcus was looking to go yard again, but just couldn't do it.
Two down, 0-1. San Cataldo delivers. Swings through that one again, 0-2. Another hefty swing. And another Vine Boom sound effect from Tim Best, the PA announcer. And an opportunity for the Blue Sox to go into the bottom of the 9th with only a run deficit. The 0-2, chop foul. So we'll do it again. There's a train going by somewhere. You can hear them horn off in the distance. Utica hoping that's not an omen and that Boonville will start training runs on them here in the top of the 9th with 2 down and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on, strike 3. And 2 straight strikeouts for San Cataldo to end the 9th inning. And it's going to come down to the Blue Sox 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Utica a chance to walk it off or tie the game and send it to extras when we come back. Eight and a half innings played, 1/2 inning to go. It's the bottom of the 9th. Utica trails by 1. The hits are tied at 6. 4 errors for Boonville, 3 for Utica, but the only number that matters right now is the one under the runs category. 4-3, Boonville leads the Blue Sox, trying to tie things up in the bottom of the ninth, and it starts with RJ Tomei.
Harmon looking for the save. This season he has a 9 ERA in 6 appearances, 8 innings pitched. He struck out 11 but walked 5. So it's up to the Blue Sox to tie or win here. Last chance in the ninth.
Leadoff pitch. Tomei watches it for a strike. Now, Tomei was the Blue Sox home run leader last year. Hasn't hit one out of the park yet this year. What a time this would be for his first. Infield playing very skewed away from center. Big hole there. And outfield playing at their normal positions. The 0-1 to Tomei. Swung on and missed 0-2. And RJ in trouble of going down on strikes early. Sun not completely set quite yet here in Utica. Bottom of the ninth, the Blue Sox trail by 1 in this battle of teams both half a game out of a playoff spot. 0-2, missed high. After Tomei, it'll be Madison and Fernsler. Haven't had too much production today from this part of the lineup, but what a time this would be for them to put some runs on the board. Tomei had a double earlier on today, but he swings through that one, strike 3, and Tomei's retired. And now here comes Ethan Madison.
The extra hitter, number 15, Ethan Madison.
Madison coming in a high pressure situation. What is he able to do right here? Leadoff pitch. Watches that one in there for a strike, so him and Tomei both start their at-bats in the same exact way, watching one right there over the plate for a strike.
4 out of the 5 pitches Harmon has thrown so far has caught the strike zone. He's being very effective in getting his pitches to go where he wants them.
Very closer-like with the heat as well. There's another fastball. Did he go around? Yes, he did. 0-2. And the Blue Sox in danger. They have one more out to give. It's Bowden Fernsler on deck. After that would be Christian Cerrone. O2 coming. Got in, nearly hit him. And he'll step out of the box for a second. 1-2 now. Utica looking to put a runner on base in the bottom of the ninth, down by 1. The 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and the Blue Sox are down to their final out. And this game will either end right here or it will continue. It's up to the bat of Bowden Fernsler.
Fernsler, the last hope for the Blue Sox right now, and Harmon's looking filthy. Back-to-back strikeouts trying to close out the game, and Boonville wants to go 3-0 in Utica this year.
What can Fernsler do? The leadoff pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball, 0-1.
Just some filthy stuff from Harmon. Very impressive.
Boonville infield playing back as they've done all game in these 2-out situations. The 0-1. And he swung through that one that fell into the dirt. And it's 0-2. And the Blue Sox down to their final strike.
You're going to hear the Lumberjack dugout thrilled after every strike. They're bought into this squad and what Harmon's doing on the mound.
And, I mean, the stuff Harmon's throwing is absolutely untouchable right now. He's doing incredible.
It really is.
Utica down to their final strike. Is this the last pitch of the game? 0-2. Swing and a miss, and the ball game is over. Boonville comes out to Murnane Field for the 3rd time this season, and they take down the Blue Sox. This time, it's a 1-run affair for the 2nd time this season, It ends 4-3.
Tonight's game, 2 hours, 32 minutes.
A short game, 2 hours and 32 minutes, the final time.
The Blue Sox have their final home game in the month of June.
But Boonville able to come out and get a big win in the playoff race, and they will move ahead in the standings. Morgan, thoughts?
Well, these are two teams both fighting for playoff spots. Both squads brought their A game today, but in the end, it was the pitching of the Lumberjacks that won the day in the end. But both teams should still be encouraged with how they're playing in the middle of the season.
Well, with that, we will say farewell here from Renane Field on Teacher Appreciation / AAN night. The Blue Sox bested by Boonville. Final score 4-3. Final hits, each team ends up with 6. 4 errors for Boonville, 3 for Utica. For Morgan Spriggs, I'm Killian Hebron saying so long.